Welcome. This is Christopher Soden teaching you how to use the quiz and question library tool. So here on my sandbox course, I have a couple of modules and I created one specifically for the quiz. But before we get there, let's take you to the course builder. Okay. So in the course builder, you can see I have a couple of modules here which you would have learned how to do in a previous course video. To create a quiz, you'll need to make a quiz slot or a quiz placeholder. To do that, you can choose to build the create a quiz placeholder and drag it into the appropriate module, and or you can just add content where you can create a quiz and you can just drag it in. So when you do so, you can see that I have created a quiz called Quiz 101. If I add in another quiz, it will load a pop-up window, and you can see I can name the quiz, I can turn on or off a description for this, and when you see here it says the description is shown before the quiz availability. So this can be used to describe what it before your quiz becomes available. It kind of puts a text placeholder saying this is a quiz or whatever you wish to put here. It will also be in the description before you actually start the quiz or the student starts the quiz. If you scroll down, you can then associate it with a grade item. You'll be learning how to make a grade item in a different course video. But if you want, you can associate a grade item to this quiz. If you do, you can allow for automatic export to grades. Okay. This option is only available if you have a grade item associated with this quiz. You can also set up to be automatically graded. So D2L, if you tick this, will automatically mark all multiple choice true, false, or multiple choice questions, things without a text-based answer, and will immediately insert it into your gradebook. You can change the status to inactive or active. This determines if the quiz will be available for student use or not. You can also make it active for a certain time. By clicking the has start date, you can change the time and date to when you want the quiz to be available from, and you can change how long it will be open for. Simply just click the date that you wish to and change the time if you so desire. And then you will hit create. Okay. Then you will see you'll have a slot in your module with a quiz. So from here, you want to be able to add questions and obviously content to your quiz. The easiest way that I've found to do it is to simply go back to our course page here, and we see our module 2. Click on it, and there's our quiz 101. So simply you left click on quiz 101, or whatever you happen to have called your quiz. Here you can add instructions for the quiz. You can type in response, type in suggestions, instructions. Okay, and you can update it. You can see Here you can add a grade item again. Shows it required automatic. So you have to submit. You can change it to required manual or not required. So essentially, you can say, well, you can make this quiz optional. I'll admit I'm not 100% sure what required manual means, but I'm assuming it has something to do with completing this quiz. Here is my description of the quiz, telling you I have one attempt to complete your quiz. And down here for options, you can say attempts allowed, so 1, so that leaves true, and the calculation type highest attempt. And again, for your D2L e-portfolio, you can reflect on it in your e-portfolio. Again, here it is. So to actually start making the quiz, we go quiz setup. Once your screen has loaded, we can edit or set up our quiz. So here we have the quiz properties. Here you get to name your quiz, assign a category to it. So if you have like quiz, like maybe you have like entry-level courses, entry-level quizzes each week, you call it, bonus quiz or anything like that. You can add categories quite easily and then select them from your list. Here you can change how many questions per page in our list here. And you can add sections, so you can add, edit questions. So that's what we'll do. So in order to actually start making a quiz, what you'll need to do is create a section. Creating a section is just like creating a category or creating a section of an actual test, like your true, false, or your multiple choice, or your long answer. So you can simply make a section on this one, say here, call it long answers. You can assign a message to it. For example, maybe saying please complete sentences. Private comments are for yourself. You can add an image file to this if you want to make your quiz more decorative and add a description for the image. You can say show section name, or insert a line break. Sure, we'll do that. We'll show the section name. I don't have an image, so I won't bother. And I'll hit save. Okay. So now you can see here I have another section called long answer. So if I want, I can either create a new question. Let's say true false, make it simple. And we can see it is now added into here we are. Sorry. So it loads up your question, so we can make a title for it. If we want to, it's not really necessary. How many points is it worth? Is it worth 1 mark, 2 marks, 3 marks? You can, for yourself, rate the difficulty. We'll leave it at 1. Question text would be, I don't know. Make a statement here that's gravity pushes out from the Earth center. We can insert an image if we want. Enumeration, so you can choose how you want to be numbered, lettered. I'll choose numbers. Style, so vertical here or horizontal. Uh, more so important for true, false, or even multiple choice. Either list your answers in a horizontal or vertical fashion. I'll leave it as vertical. Okay, down here you have true and false. So, and feedback is what it will say if the person selects it. So, for true, obviously it is not true. So I'm going to type in incorrect. And if you want to, you can start saying, oh, well, gravity pulls toward the center of the Earth. Okay. And for false, we'll just say correct. Okay. Now the important thing here is how much each answer is worth, right? So if we said true, obviously the answer is wrong. So it is worth nothing, 0% of the total worth of the question, which can be kind of confusing. You actually have to rate for false 100. So answering false correctly means you've answered the question 100% correct. You can provide hints if you want, but we're not going to do that today. Then we're going to hit save. Okay. And we'll see that it's been added to our long answer section. Okay. So here on the list, you can download the sample list section that you can also do as well. You can import. You can either from an existing collection or from a D2L text format file. I don't know much about this, but if you do check this option, you can download a D2L basic question list, and then you can choose to import it. But I've already done that, so we're not going to do that. And these are the list of questions. So what you can do is you can either move them around with the move, or you can just change the order. And you simply select a question, press the arrow up or down, and you can change where it will be. So I can move this section up or down. If I wanted to, I could say that these are all long answer questions. Right? So you can change where your sections will be in terms of the questions. And you hit save. And we can see how our sections and questions are now ordered. We can edit the values in terms of what they're worth in points. And we can delete questions. Okay, and when we're done editing, we just hit done. And in my final minute here before my free version expires, quickly cover, might have to set this up in 2 different videos. I'll try and cover restrictions. So again, restrictions is simply adding in a start and end date if you would like. You can remove all conditions, put time limits down, or not have a time limit. You can allow selected users special access or allow only users with special access to see the quiz. But we're not going to really go there. Assessment. So here again, you can assign it to a grade item and rubrics if you would like, and change the number of attempts you're allowed. We're going to continue on with the second part of the video.